Good morning, Parapeeps. It has been a minute.
Well, hello there, Parapeeps, and welcome to another episode of Our Haunted Travels. I am your host, Sean Donnelly.
I'm your co-host, Marianne Donnelly.
Today, we are checking one off of Sean's bucket list.
That's right.
We are here at the Wright-Patterson National Air Force Museum, and we're going to see the plane that brought JFK back from Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
It's also the plane that Johnson was sworn in on.
That's correct.
And we have another video about Sid Davis.
Right, or local Sid Davis did some reporting on that fateful day.
So JFK, we saw the car. We saw the
Location.
The location. We also have, I don't know if we put a video out of one of his chairs. Did we? His rocking chair.
Maybe in one of the Gettysburg ones.
And now we're going to see the plane that brought him back.
Mm-hmm.
So let's get to it, shall we?
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is Bob Walker speaking from Dallas Love Field. This is the control tower at Dallas Love Field, where a large crowd is gathered now to await the arrival of President and Mrs. John Fitzgerald Kennedy from Carswell Air Force Base in Fort Worth. This crowd started gathering out here quite early this morning. I was out here at about 7:45, and already a few diehards have gathered early to ensure a good vantage point. The seal on the side. You'll see a crisscross in a moment. There goes number 2 right by. There's Mrs. Kennedy, and the crowd yells, "And the President of the United States." And I can see his suntan all the way from here. Shaking hands now with the Dallas people, Governor and Mrs. Conley. Governor Conley on your left. Mr. Eric Johnson in the official welcoming party. Mr. Conley shaking hands with Dr. Berkner. The President.
So here it is. The 26,000. This is the plane that was in Dallas and brought JFK back, and the plane that Johnson was inaugurated on. Can't believe we're standing here next to it. This has been on my bucket list for a long time, and Dayton's really close to us, so we always, oh yeah, we could just run down, do a quick trip, see it, but it's been years. We're gonna go see if we could go inside. pretty tight fit through here. This is about where they would have the coffin back here. They actually broke out this wall right here to get it in. Of course, it was remodeled after that.
Of course.
Yeah. So the coffin came in this door right here. Look, the crew of SAM26000 may run for President Kennedy's casket by removing his partition and the first 4 seats. So it's right there.
The SAM26000. The Boeing VC-137C, serial number 62-6000, dubbed the SAM26000, was the first jet aircraft built specifically for use by the President of the United States. It was a Boeing 707 that cost $8 million to be built. During its 36-year flying career, it carried 8 sitting presidents: Kennedy, Johnson, Nixon, Ford, Carter, Reagan, George H.W. Bush, and Clinton, and countless heads of state, diplomats, dignitaries, and officials on many historic journeys known as Special Air Missions, or SAMs. SAM26000 played an important role in American presidential, political, and diplomatic history, and it remains an important national symbol. This aircraft illustrated the Air Force's commitment to providing safe, reliable, and comfortable air transportation for the President and other key personnel to locations anywhere around the globe. Whenever the President was on board the aircraft, the call sign changed to Air Force One, a special designation established in 1953 to avoid confusion with other aircraft in flight. Otherwise, it was called the SAM26000, spoken as SAM26000. It entered into service in 1962 during the administration of John F. Kennedy and was replaced in presidential service in 1972, but was kept as a backup. At the request of President Kennedy, a new paint scheme was developed by First Lady Jacqueline Kennedy and famous industrial designer Raymond Loewy. Its distinctive colors and markings reflect the stature of the office of president and serve as highly visible symbol of the American prestige. Some historic flights included on November 22, 1963, when President Kennedy was assassinated in Dallas, Texas. Vice President Lyndon B. Johnson was sworn in as the new president aboard SAM26000. The aircraft then carried Kennedy's body and President Johnson back to Washington, D.C. and the grieving nation. The SAM26000 transported President Johnson to visit U.S. troops in South Vietnam. In 1970, President Nixon's national security advisor, Dr. Henry Kissinger, traveled aboard the aircraft on 13 separate trips to secret peace talks with the North Vietnamese in Paris, France. In February of 1972, SAM26000 flew President Nixon to the People's Republic of China on his famous Journey for Peace, the first visit by an American president to China. 3 months later, it carried President Nixon to an unprecedented visit to the Soviet Union, where he signed 2 historic nuclear arms control agreements. On January 22nd of 1973, Lyndon B. Johnson died. 2 days later, the SAM26000 brought the former president's body from Texas Texas to Washington, D.C. for the state funeral. After the funeral, the aircraft returned his body to Texas for burial. In October of 1981, it carried former Presidents Nixon, Ford, and Carter to the funeral of the slain Egyptian President Anwar Sadat. And in March of 1983, Queen Elizabeth II of the United Kingdom flew on the SAM26000 during her visit to the United States. When the SAM26000 officially left the presidential fleet, it continued to fly prominent government officials. Secretary of State James Barker flew aboard the aircraft prior to the 1991 Gulf War for talks with Iraqi leaders regarding their invasion of Kuwait. But the last time the SAM26000 carried a sitting president was in January of 1998, when President Bill Clinton's Air Force One, the SAM27000, got stuck in the mud in Champaign, Illinois. The SAM26000 was sitting at Grissom Air Reserve Base in Peru, Indiana, and served as the backup Air Force One. The SAM26000 was quickly dispatched to Champaign to pick up the president, who flew to La Crosse, Wisconsin for an event, and then quickly the final presidential service flight from La Crosse to Washington, D.C., where the SAM26000 was then officially retired from the president's fleet. In a national televised event, the U.S. Air Force retired the 26000 to the museum that it now sits in May of 1998. After 36 years of providing service and accumulating more than 13,000 flying hours, the SAM26000 began a new career, educating thousands of visitors each year about the U.S. Air Force presidential airlift at the National Museum of the United States Air Force near Dayton, Ohio.
All right, again, hey, if you like these series, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and follow along. We'll link them all together. There's some more stuff. This place is huge.
Absolutely.
We were here for hours.
Yes, we
Anything
are.
else you want to add to this particular video?
To this particular video, just that it was really amazing. I don't want to really say cool because that's kind of like
Yeah, we say cool.
but it was an amazing experience being in the plane, looking at the different parts of it, seeing, okay, I know this happened in this spot and this happened in this spot. And
one thing that we didn't capture on video, we were sitting after, because we went through it twice, and we went one time and recorded another time just to experience and take it in, and I could put my glasses on because I can't see my camera or my phone with my glasses on. But we were sitting there looking at the map, and one of the volunteers, docent, came up and he said they did modify the plane after Kennedy,
right,
and after the inauguration, because that plane was in service up till Clinton.
Yeah, I didn't realize it was in service all the way through Clinton.
They kept using it, so they had to add another kitchen to it. So the part in the back where we showed video of where they busted out the wall to get the casket in, there's a kitchen right across from there, and that's the area where Jackie sat the flight on the way back, because she was right next to the casket the whole time, which that area is now kitchen. It wasn't at that time. So that was kind of interesting. But yeah, make sure you check some of the other videos in this series and follow along on this little adventure here to Dayton, Ohio. All right, folks, till next time.
Thanks for watching.
And happy hunting.
Let us know if you like this video by hitting that thumbs up. Also, if you'd like to see more videos from us in the future, support our channel by hitting that subscribe button and dinging that bell so you get notified the next time there's a video from Panic D Videos.
Thanks for watching.
Happy hunting.